excited to be here. Thank you for inviting me, Iris. And around these days, we're celebrating Mother's Day. And I would like to be reminded that our Mother Earth is actually the one that is gifting us all this bounty that we have here of food. And that Mexico has been giving gifts to the world with a tremendous amount of wonderful food that we can all enjoy. So I'm very excited to be here and sharing this with you. Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, so the other thing is that I wanted to bring my mom in on the cooking today because she has really taught me so much of what I know in the kitchen. A lot of the different suggestions that I share with you come from things that I've learned from her. And then as I've had my own experiences, now I have a different perspective in cooking. And so the way that her and I currently cook is that I cook separately, she cooks separately, and then we bring our dishes together. Like she says, oh, I've made this today, and I say, oh, I've made this, and then we eat together, but we cook separately. So that's the other thing I want to share with you is when you cook with somebody else in the kitchen, you know, cooking is a sacred ritual. It's like a ceremony. And so in ceremonies, it's important that everybody knows what their place is and what their role is. And my mom and I have experience sharing the same kitchen together. And what we've learned, and what I've also learned with cooking with friends, for instance, is that what really works to keep that respect in the territory, because women can get kind of territorial, but men too. Cooks who have experience in the kitchen can get territorial about the space. What we've realized is that if she takes charge of one dish and I take charge of a different dish, we can share this space, and if I have time and can help her, as long as she's the one in charge of her dish, it works out really well. She can say, oh, please do this, please do that, and I'll do it. Or vice versa, she has time and she sees that I need help. As long as I'm the one who makes the final decisions on the dish that I'm preparing, and she's the one that makes the final decisions on the dish that she's preparing, it works really well. So that's what we're going to show to you today. I'm going to be in charge of the vegetarian enchiladas, and she's going to be in charge of the calabacitas. Okay. So carrots are a vata-reducing food. So vata is that unstable quality in our nervous system and in the rest of our bodies. So any root vegetables, especially carrots that have that really great sweet taste. And isn't it wonderful to be able to eat enchiladas and know that they are helping to calm our vata nature. And this also goes for vata digestion, which tends to be more irregular digestion, irregular appetite, bloating, gas, constipation. I'm just going to use about half of a teaspoon of this in my carrot-based salsa. So it's really great for the cardiovascular system, helps kill parasites, helps our circulation in general, and it gives a little kick to our meals. But chipotle is like a sweeter salsa, so this isn't going to be really spicy enchiladas. This is going to be pretty mild, which is what we're looking for to keep the doshas balanced.
To introduce you to a wonderful medicinal herb that is called epazote. Look how beautiful. The leaves are huge. And this epazote has been used in many ways in Mesoamerica, in the Anahuac civilization. And most of the quesadillas that people eat in Mexico, they always put 1 or 2 leaves of epazote. So that is the next thing that we're going to cut. Yes, please. Iris is helping me. Thank you. And when you cook, you want to be really happy. You want to be really thinking about the people that you're going to share your food with. And then Hopefully everybody's gonna like what you cook, because when we cook, we would love people who eat it to enjoy it and to appreciate that we spent all this time with our loving care for them. And that also helps the vegetables to taste good. When they feel that we're cutting them with love and with care, then they also say, okay, we're gonna bring our best flavor here today for this wonderful dish that Anita is making. So that's the way that we can connect with our delicious food, all these gifts that Mother Nature is giving us on a daily basis, and thanking all the people now that are growing all this food, now that we don't grow it ourselves. Hopefully, once we come out of this retreat that we have called, the virus has put us in this retreat, we will appreciate food and so many things in life. We might even want to start our own garden, because when we connect with this food, we want to see it grow. We want it to be organic. We want it to be healthy. So thank you, Iris. We are ready. And now we're going to move to the stove. The chayote, this is another squash, very important. But this, the upper part of the squash that you can see here has what is called a heart. And that's the most important part of the chayote. My grandmother used to give me the heart to eat because I love to eat those hearts. And then in order for you to not destroy the heart, you cut it in half first here. And you see there's hardly anything right there. Then you put this way, and then the heart is going to be right in the middle. You try not to get the heart. You cut it on the side, and see, it's perfect. Then you turn it and you cut the other half, and it's not there. And we will show you what the heart looks like. It's right in the middle, right here. Look at that beautiful heart. And that was my prize when I was growing up. My grandmother used to give me the little hearts. But when you cook, you can take the heart out and cook it, but the surrounding of the heart is very stringy, so you don't want to use that. So we'll keep the heart. Look how beautiful it is.
So I wanted to show you a filling for your enchiladas that is both vegetarian and naturally delicious. Like, you don't have to add a whole lot of ingredients to it, because lentils are naturally, I think, really tasty, and then the sweet potatoes are naturally sweet, and you bring them together and you get this really delicious filling that is really high in protein, in iron, and the sweet potatoes are classically used in Ayurveda and in traditional Mexican herbal medicine to help the health of our lungs. So the sweet potato serves as, like in Ayurveda, what we call an astringent, which means it pulls away too much dampness in the body. And when we have a lot of mucus in our lungs, that's too much dampness, too much kapha. So here's our beautiful dishes, our chayote agua fresca, our calabacitas, both of which my mom made, and some vegetarian enchiladas that are filled with sweet potato and lentils with chipotle carrot sauce. Today there's something in Mexico called la sobremesa. So this is after we eat. I've been talking about how before we eat, we want to be really present and put our phones to one side and really give thanks for our food before we eat, which is all really important. And also for our digestion, after we eat, it's really good to stay and keep talking. If you're with friends or or family in quarantine, you can stay and have a little dialogue that helps you to digest your meal. So it's not just like get up and leave really quickly. It's let's stay, let's kind of linger, and that's called the soda missa. It's really good for your digestion. So please try to include that too as in your Ayurvedic practices. And like always, say grace, give a little thanks for your meal, take your time as you eat.